This is The Close-Up, conversations about creativity, made possible by Barco. From our studios in Los Angeles, here is Jim Chabin.
Michael Alvarez is with us. He serves as CEO of Vision Media Management, a leader in movie theater logistics and marketing. Doug Reinart serves as the company's Senior Vice President of Strategy. Welcome, Mike and Doug. Michael, the experience of going to a movie theater is something that most of us take for granted, and yet when you work with the theaters and the studios, the campaign to market a movie starts in that lobby far before the movie ever comes. Tell us about the process of what you do.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're an extension of the studios. We work in between the studios and exhibition. It's our goal to put no limitation on the studio's opportunity to get content to those theaters, marketing content and the actual movie itself.
Our society chairman, Wim Byens of Barco, said that the statistics indicate that something like 30% of the people who go to a movie theater haven't really decided what movie they're going to see until they get there. I had no idea that number was that high. So if you're a studio and you're working with them and the people, what is your goal when a family walks through the door of a movie theater? What are you trying to accomplish there?
Bring them back. Bring them back to enjoy this incredible product that's in those four walls.
Yeah.
Make sure there's an experience that's unmatched.
Well, you're trying to, and the studio's trying to get them to stand in line at the ticket counter for their movie, right?
We hope not too long. In today's market, we want speed. In today's market, you can buy an item and get it the next day.
I buy my movies on Flickster. You know, I pretty much have bought my ticket by the time I've gotten to I've made that buying decision before I get there. Let's take a movie like Rogue One. The promotion for that started after the original Star Wars came out about a year ago. But it wasn't far into the year until you started to see artwork for that movie. What is the goal in those moments where the movie's still 6 or 8 months out? Maybe the trailer's not even been shown yet. What is the goal with the artwork we see in a lobby?
To ignite a conversation, to get people thrilled about watching the special event in those four walls that we call theaters today. That's the main goal.
And now people are sharing with their friends as they come out of the movie Friday night. And if they like the movie, it spreads like wildfire. And if they don't like the movie, it spreads like wildfire. So, Doug, how do you use technology to engage people in a way that grabs their attention away from their iPhone?
Well, I think social media in general is a critical aspect today of movie making and movie promoting. There's no doubt about it. And so for us, we're looking at technology platforms that incorporate social media as part of the overall messaging and marketing of the film. So, a couple of examples. We have a partner company that has a digital photo booth. It's Selfie With Me. It's a company, it's a business owned by Social Rewards. And so they have an integrated photo booth with social media. So you can take a picture with a character from a film or a scene in a film, and within seconds be able to receive basically on your mobile phone a download of that photograph, and with one click be able to share that with your friends. And from a studio standpoint, there's a multiplier effect. There's a value to that. One image impression can be, generate many social media hits. So I think this is, there are common threads in many of the technology platforms that we're working with today. A Ventana hologram has similar capabilities. So,
explain that.
So that's the one that we've been working with is a smaller form of hologram that could be deployed in a lobby or at any venue, and it allows you to participate in a 3D hologram and be able to either take pictures or to share the video of that whole experience with your social media circles. So from a studio standpoint, it gives them the opportunity, again, to engage with the customer, understand who they are, but then also participate in the viral spreading of those images and get the multiplier effect.
I'm struck by how the studios right now are using social media, Facebook, to promote the Oscar vote. You know, the Oscar voters used to be a pretty secretive list of Academy voters, and I've seen Facebook posts for La La Land, please consider this in all categories. So they're actually using Facebook and social media to promote the candidacy of their movies for the Academy Awards.
Right, right. Well, I mean, that platform, Twitter, several others, Snapchat, these are all pervasive platforms today. So they aren't just millennial platforms, they're really cutting across all demographics and all age groups. And so it's impossible to ignore it. It's a way people get their news, for good or for bad. It's a way that they learn about movies, learn about what their friends like and what they're going to go and see. In fact, there are businesses like Atom Tickets that have basically generated and leveraged that model of social media to help organize groups of people to go see movies. And so I think it's here to stay. It's absolutely a key factor now.
It's been observed by many, and great credit, the experience of food and service and the attractive lobbies is improving at a magnitude and a quick pace. But people who come into a movie theater are on the way to a movie. So to get their attention before the movie, we want them to get popcorn, we want them to get a drink, but to also say while you're moving through here, we quickly want to plant a seed about another movie. And then when they're leaving, they've got their kids and they're heading out to the car and they're probably running to get the kids fed before they get them home. That is, how much time have you got before the movie and after the movie to connect with those people? And many of them are looking at their phones when they come out of the theater. How do you do that?
When you walk in the lobby, in the very near future, your phone's going to be pinged. When you walk in the lobby, in the very near future, you're going to have a great visual. We only hope that you interact with that visual, whether it's a wall, a countdown, a selfie with me booth, an interaction with a particular one sheet that's looking at you, that sees your face, that knows how old you are, an opportunity to, again, auction some item off on a movie that you just saw or a movie you're going to see. That engagement for us today is what we're interested in. We're trying to innovate, because if we do not, those four walls and that beautiful theater that we love so much will be challenged even more.
The statistics are, and I just pulled these because these are the prime moviegoers, the Generation Z is born after 1995 or later. They are less focused, they multitask, they feel that they need to connect with their friends, and that brands need to be loyal to them, not the other way around. They are mobile first, they are mobile only. How do you look at this new customer? When you guys are talking about it with a studio or a film project, and think of the animated films where young families are going, how do you think about planning your future campaigns with these people in mind?
We have to begin to adopt in these campaigns the types of technologies and experiences that they, as normal consumers, already experience. So there's Pokemon Go. So as an example, everybody uses that example. Augmented reality engagements. That's one way. You need to not make the lobby feel like an anachronism. It has to reflect the technologies and the kind of world that they live in today. So that's one thing. I'll still say that at the end of the day, regardless, I think it's back to the storytelling in the movies themselves. So as long as the content's there, as long as the stories are compelling, I think Generation Zers are going to be at the movies just like their predecessors.
Right. Jeffrey Katzberg likes to tell the story that the typical customer of a DreamWorks animated movie are young families in their 20s or 30s who have children between the ages of 5 and 12 or 13 years old. And his point was, when I go stand in the back of the theater and I see these young families, I look at those children and I say, when those kids are 30, will they be bringing their children back to this theater? And if the answer is we aren't sure, then we need to get that answer. And the question is, what do we need to do to make it a place that people want to go? And I think it's fascinating because this series that we talk about is all about the future of movies and how we make movies and how Marvel creates fantastic movies. And these are technical marvels that cost $150 million a piece. And yet if we look at the progression of lobby art, much of it is still 2D posters or settees. So it seems to me that what your company's about and what the studios are working with you is saying, we want We want to be as contemporary with our customer in their world as we are once they get inside the movie theater and the lights go down, right?
The experience in the lobby today will be different than the experience that existed 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, period. And it's not just buying the ticket. That's a big goal for us. But it's to enjoy, to empower a family to say, I'm going back and here's why. Not just the content, which is huge, but also because of the experience. The comfortable seating, the fact that I can have wine, the fact that I can eat there, the fact that I can buy a product, I can auction something, I can be part of a loyalty program of some sort, right? I can have an engagement.
Right.
That's exciting.
Right.
Yeah, I think the goal of some of the platforms that we're looking at are to try to create a unique experience for the lobby so that it's not something that could be easily replicated in your home. So, whether it's, being in a digital photo booth, whether it's engaging with a hologram, participating in an augmented reality experience that's only keyed off of a physical item that's in the lobby, those are the things that I think we want to create. We want to make sure that there's a uniqueness about the experience that complements the movie itself and kind of sets the stage.
We're going to show a video, but it is this is a promotion device that was done in movie theaters by Create for Sony Pictures for Bob Zemeckis' The Walk. So we're going to watch that right now.
We've created a virtual reality experience based on the film The Walk, which is based on the true story of a French acrobat named Philippe Petit, who actually walked about 40 meters across a tightrope between the two towers of the World Trade Center in 1974. What we did is actually recreated that experience in virtual reality, so you get a little bit of the sensation of what it would have been like actually.
That was so scary.
I've had people scream bloody murder because they're so scared, and a lot of people just really actually just like to enjoy the view.
It really feels like you're going to lose your balance and fall over.
Bloody good stuff.
This was built for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR.
Wow.
You can look around and explore the rooftop and actually, interact with it.
Did it? Good job.
It's really important that you can feel something with your feet. We have a physical wire that you actually step on. It's only about a ½ inch tall, just made of rubber. And then we have a fan to kind of, give you a little breeze, and then when you put the headset on, you forget that you're actually standing on the floor in a theater with a fan and, a rubber rope. You think you're out on top of the World Trade Center, and you just feel the breeze, and it just becomes a kind of overwhelming thing, and you just forget where you are.
Here is a team, a marketing team, that created the effect of you standing on top of the World Trade Center and walking out on a cable. And they indicated that 30% of the people, it was so real, 30% of the people did not want to walk out over the streets of Manhattan. So they asked me to try it. I would not walk out on the cable suspended above the streets. It was too real, but it was a powerful experience, and I think Sony felt that once people had that sense, they understood the magic of the movie that was coming. Virtual reality seems to be something that is a real marketing tool. It's something that most of these experiences are 2 or 3 minutes, so it's a great way to let you have a taste of a movie. How do you see the potential for virtual reality in the movie theaters?
First of all, it's definitely for us something that can be deployed in a lobby. There are different companies today that have dedicated pods or headsets that people in the lobby can experience a virtual reality, whether it's a clip or whatever. So definitely a lobby experience to complement the movie or to help engage the consumer before they go see the movie, get them excited about it. Clearly virtual reality as a content medium itself is something that Hollywood is continuing to learn about and grow into, and there's no doubt it's going to become a major vehicle for storytelling itself. For us, it will also be an important piece of the lobby experience as well. I mean, wherever exhibitors choose to include it. So we see it as part of the portfolio.
Michael, Steven Spielberg's next movie is Ready Player One. It's being shot in London right now. Yeah. It's about a teenager who lives his world in virtual reality. Yeah. So you think in terms of a movie that Spielberg's going to release in March of 2018, about a year away, where the theme of the movie is this futuristic virtual reality world. Yeah. This seems like something that movie fans around the world are going to go see this movie and come out saying, what's this virtual reality? Do your wheels start spinning when you hear a movie and a challenge and say, I want to work on how we could turn this into something that would excite fans before they've seen the movie?
Of course. Anything to ignite the conversation, anything to ignite somebody wanting to see the movie. We're all in on that. For us, virtual reality is important. For us, it's no longer a stunt. It's not an event. It's not a gimmick. It's something that is true and it's real. Hence why somebody of Spielberg's ilk would make such a movie, right?
You use the term ignite the conversation. How do you, what do you mean when you say we want to ignite a conversation?
To be able to go to our members, our studio members, to be able to say, let's have a conversation about your next movie, whatever it is, and let's ignite a conversation that talks about how we can provide virtual reality around your content. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
The conversation is then ignited again once you, the consumer, goes into the actual theater, right?
So a big part of this is you start here with the studio partner, but ultimately you then turn that creative energy into igniting conversations so that when I'm walking out of the movie, which I do, and I look at what, I look at the walls as I go out, or I look at the setup and say, I think I want to see that film. And if I say that to the person I'm with, you've
pretty much.
Yeah, you've succeeded.
Done our job. Especially if we can make sure our clients know that we know you, that we understand you, that we get you, that we can contact you, we can reach out to you to talk to you about our next movie and ask you how you thought about the movie you just watched. Because what you have to say is vital to us.
Well, we need for companies like you to continue to push the envelope because we've got to keep movies an exciting place for people to spend their time. So I'll never walk through a theater lobby without thinking of the two of you. But thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. The Close-Up is produced by the Advanced Imaging and VR Societies in Hollywood and is powered by Barcode.